he gets fortunately terminated. Biden, I would have never reappointed him. Biden reappointed him. I don't know why that is, but I guess maybe he was a Democrat. You know, I got great advice from Mnuchin on this one. Great advice. But he's done a poor job. So we have no inflation. We have only success. And I'd like to see interest rates get down. Now, Biden did a lot of very short-term debt. So we have short-term debt coming due. And because of this guy's rates, you know, if he'd lowered a point, I'd pay about a point less. Then if he'd lowered 2 points, I'd pay about 2 points less. And that's for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 5 years. It's hundreds of billions, it's even trillions of dollars that we're going to lose because of this. Too late. I call him too late. We're going to lose because of this. Too late. I call him Too Late Powell because he's always too late. I mean, if you look at him, every time I did this, I was right 100%. He was wrong. Maybe I should go to the Fed. Am I allowed to appoint myself Doug? I don't know. Am I allowed to appoint myself at the Fed? I do a much better job than these people. So anyway, we should be 2 points lower. It'd be nice to be 2.5 points lower.
Hi, everyone. It looks like that feed is coming in a little bit on the chuggy side. So while we work that and reroute the video, we're also learning that Pete Hegseth, of course, Secretary Pete Hegseth is testifying, so we'll get back to that as well because he is talking about the budget for 26, and this is among a very tense time in the Middle East. Okay, it looks like we have our President Trump feed back up. Let's try this again on Live Impact News. Thanks for sticking with us.
More interest than a lot of European nations that can't carry our suitcase. I'm going to be nice. It's another expression. You know what the other expression, can't carry, you know what it is, but I shouldn't use it in front of the fake news. So it's very sad to see it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go very short term, like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Wait till this guy gets out, get the rates way down, and then go long term. Because we have a tremendous appetite for our debt, because our country is doing well. But think of it, I got a call from Congress 3 nights ago. Sir, we can't account for the money coming in. I said, that's a good problem. You know, the bad problem is we don't have any money. They can't account. There's so much more money than we thought is coming into the Treasury. We don't know where it's coming from, sir. I said, check out the tariffs. He calls back about a day later. Wow. I think you were right. Yeah, I was right. That's nothing. You haven't seen anything yet. More importantly than the money coming in, we have factories being built, AI, auto factories. 2 of them stopped yesterday in Mexico, you read. And they're coming here because they don't want to pay the tariffs. They can't pay the tariffs. It doesn't work. So I just want to wish you a lot of luck with the new flagpole. We have 2 of them. And we're going to do this one now, then we're going to do the other one. 11 o'clock or so, we're going to have a flag raising, which will be great. And I got to get these guys back to work. They're making a fortune. They're standing around making a fortune. But remember this, somewhere in this group is somebody that is going to captivate some movie producer. Not Harvey Weinstein, but Harvey's seen a better day. So it won't be Harvey, but it'll be somebody. And it'll say, that guy is perfect for a movie. And you're going to become a star, and your friends are going to call you, and you won't even return their phone call anymore. You know? And you say, what do you do for a living? I put up flagpoles. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm a big movie star. So some way you have that. Anyway, let's have a good, they call it a lifting. They also use another word, but I'm not going to use that word. You know what that is? The word, it starts with an E. You know what the word is? If I ever used it, I'd be run out of town by you people. All right, so enjoy it. Doug, you're going to get some good. He's going to win another Nobel Prize, I think, for this picture. So maybe the flag will be even more exciting, but this is pretty exciting. That's some equipment, I'll tell you what. Look at that crane. That's some beautiful equipment. It's there's nothing like America. Have a good time,
Mr.
everybody.
President, have you given answered questions about whether you are moving closer, or you believe the U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities? Where's your
Well,
mindset on
obviously
that?
I can't say that, right?
But
You
where's your
don't
mindset
seriously
on
think I'm going to answer?
Just to let you know, we're also monitoring things in South Carolina, where we are expecting to hear from Governor McMaster for a ceremonial bill signing. Scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. A live picture right now from the state capitol. As we can see, that gentleman just walking up to the podium, potentially testing mics. So as they get ready to set up, just wanted to take a peek inside there and go back out to D.C. for the flag polling installation. But President Trump taking some questions from the media right now here on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
Oh,
Have the Iranians reached out to you,
TOL.
Mr. President?
what?
Have the Iranians reached out to you?
Yes?
And what did they say?
I said it's very late. You know? I said it's very late to be talking.
Mr. President,
We may meet. It's. I don't know. There's a big difference between now and a week ago, right? Big
Mr.
difference.
President, you said we may, you just about said we may meet. Is this about Vance and we're possibly going to talk about?
It's about anybody. They even suggested they come to the White House. It's a big difference. But they've suggested that they come to the White House. That's, courageous, but, it's like not easy for them to do. But they suggested, because I can't go now because of what's going on. I had to come back early from the G7, which was terrific, by the way, in Canada. Really terrific. Good people.
Is there a possibility of next week or sooner that these
Well, I don't know how much longer it's going to go on. They're totally defenseless. They have no air defense whatsoever. We've totally captured. We've totally captured the air, Brian.
Yeah, Mr. President, you've been fairly compassionate towards the Iranian people.
I am. It's human. The human beings. I know a lot of people from Iran, from New York, from Washington, mostly from New York. They're incredible people. They're smart. They're energetic. They can be difficult, but so can you. No, they're great people. They're smart people. And those people are getting the hell beat out of them now. And it's really a shame. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's another one. Russia, Ukraine is so stupid. Would have never happened if I was president. You guys agree with that, right? Would have never happened if I was president. Putin would have never done it. And I spoke to him yesterday, and I said, he actually offered to help mediate. I said, do me a favor. Mediate your own. Let's mediate Russia first, okay? I said, Vladimir, let's mediate Russia first. You can worry about this later. But I think that's going to work out too. But so many people have been killed. The big thing with that one is far more people are dead than have been reported in the Ukraine, Russia. Many, many more people.
Mr.
A building
President,
falls down, they say nobody was hurt.
what does
ridiculous.
unconditional surrender mean?
Well, you know what it means. Unconditional
Can you
surrender.
explain it for
Two
those who
very simple
don't?
words. Very simple. Unconditional surrender. That means I've had it. Okay, I've had it. I give up. No more. Then we go blow up all the all the nuclear stuff that's all over the place there. No, they had bad intentions. For 40 years they've been saying death to America, death to Israel, death to anybody else that they didn't like. They were bullies. They were schoolyard bullies. And now they're not bullies anymore, but we'll see what happens. Look, nothing's finished until it's finished. War is very complex. A lot of bad things can happen. A lot of turns are made. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that we won anything yet. I would say that we sure as hell made a lot of progress. And we'll see. The next week is going to be very big. Maybe less than a week. Maybe less. But is there anybody here that said it would be okay to have a hostile, very, zealots really, but to have a hostile country have a nuclear weapon that could destroy 25 miles, but much more than that. Could destroy other nations just by the breeze blowing the dust. You know, that dust blows to other nations and they get decimated. This is just not a threat you can have. And we've been threatened by Iran for many years. You know, if you go back and look at my history, if you go back 15 years, I was saying we cannot let Iran get a nuclear weapon. I've been saying it for a long time. I mean it more now than I ever meant it. Yeah.
Mr. President, a question on deportations, Mr. President. You said last week that changes would be coming for farmers. We've seen a lot of the workers they rely on taken away. But then DHS said this week that worksite enforcement would remain in place, that it's a cornerstone. So what's your message to farmers?
Everybody's right. Look, we got to get the bad people out of here first, and we're doing that. We're taking them out by the thousands. Murderers, drug dealers, people that are mentally insane from insane asylums. What they gave to us, fellas, they gave. Well, do we have anybody in here that's a member of the United? We've known all these people for a long time. Any illegal immigrants? Anything else? If they would, they'll find out.
Right.
They'll be checking you. You won't believe it. Your whole life will be destroyed because of this press conference. Watch. They'll destroy these people. I didn't want to tell them that before this did happen. They'll end up being, oh, he's a so-and-so. This one is from you know where. Don't worry. I think you're going to be okay.
Sure.
I'll be right behind you. Far behind you. I'll be right behind you. Now look, we have to take care of our farmers. We have to take care of people that run leisure, hotels. I mean, we have to take care of them. But most importantly, we have to get the criminals out of our country. And Biden let in thousands and 11,888 murderers. Many of them murdered more than one person. Can you believe it? Many, almost 50% of them murdered more than one person. He let them into our country. They emptied out the jails of countries from all over the world, from the Congo, from Venezuela, from all over the place. They emptied out the jails, many of them. I would. If I were running one of the countries, I would have emptied out my prison population into the U.S., and many countries did. And we're getting them out, okay? We're getting them out. Thank you very much. Let's watch this. Brian, go ahead. Are you okay?
I'm just going to follow up on the immigration real quickly.
Yeah.
Can you comment on the impact of the Trump card? How much of that?
Yeah, we have a thing called the Trump card. This has not been done before or thought of. And for $5 million, this is usually people that would either be working for companies like Apple, I think is going to buy a lot of them, because they can't get people into the country. You know, if you come in through the southern border, you have no problem. You can be a criminal, you can be a drug dealer, and you have no problem. But if you go and graduate #1 in your class from a great school, you can't get a job because there's no access to getting it. You can't get a green card. So we're going to sell that to people, in some cases wealthy, in some cases not wealthy. They'll be paid for by universities. Look at Harvard. They got $53 billion. That whole thing is coming to an end. It's amazing what we found out. What a disgrace. They have $53 billion. We gave them 5, 6, and some people say it's as much as $9 billion over a short period of time. So that's very much coming to it. They want to make a deal more than, I would say Harvard wants to make a deal more than Iran wants to make a deal, and Iran wants to make a deal. I mean, a lot of things are happening on a lot of fronts, Brian. A lot of good things are happening. And frankly, you know, it's a little bit of a, as we used to say liberal, now they say progressive. I use the word liberal. Progressive's too nice a word because they're destroying the country. They're really destroying these liberal politicians are destroying our country. Look what they've done during Biden's 4 years. I mean, we're working on, so much of our effort goes to getting people out of the country that should have never been here in the first place. What he's done to this country, it's not him. He had no idea what was going on. Everybody knows that. It's other people. It's Lisa and this one and that. All these people, all the scum that was around the Oval, you know, the Oval Office or around the beautiful Resolute desk telling this guy, here, do this, do that, and not even telling him. They just go over to the auto pen and sign whatever the hell they wanted to sign. Because say what you want about Biden, he wasn't for open borders. He wasn't for transgender for everybody. He wasn't for men playing in women's sports. But he has no idea what the hell, he has no idea. And they were very upset. They wanted Bernie Sanders. And after about a week of this guy, they said, wait a minute, we just hit gold. This guy has no clue. He'll do anything we tell him. And then they realized they don't even have to get permission. They just go up to the auto pen That's a subversion. That's a takeover of our government. And you people ought to start looking at it. That's a takeover. Not only did they cheat, I guess you saw yesterday came out with China and the license plates. Tens of thousands of cards. They used those cards to vote on the second election, my second, the one 2020. Because as everybody here knows, I won that election by a lot. But the only good thing I can say is this is a much more historic term than I think I could have had as a second term. This is a much more historic election. And now we're going to put up a beautiful flagpole, and we're going to put up a flag. And I hope you enjoy it. And let's see how real people work. These are real people. You're not real people. Your job is too easy. Okay? Thank you very much.
How tall is the flagpole?
Close to 100 feet.
Real quick on Pakistan, sir. You have a meeting today with the Pakistani Army Chief of Staff. What are you looking forward to achieving diplomatically?
Well, I stopped a war between Pakistan. I love Pakistan. I think Modi is a fantastic man. I spoke to him last night. We're going to make a trade deal with Modi of India. But I stopped the war between Pakistan and India. This man was extremely influential in stopping it from the Pakistan side, Modi from the India side, and others. And they were going at it, and they're both nuclear countries. I got it stopped. I don't think I had one story. Did I have one story written about it? I stopped the war between two major nations, major nuclear nations. I don't think I had a story written about it, but that's okay. You know why? The people know. The people know. Did anybody write that story about the war? Did anybody? Did you write it?
We wrote one.
We all wrote it.
Did you write it?
Just one more.
You wrote it.
On the flagpole, sir.
When does your patience run out with
Any adjustments that need to be made for Marine One departures and arrivals?
No, we put it so that Marine One is very far away. We did it in conjunction with the Air Force, with everybody, and everybody signed off on it. We have to have it far away. It's very far from Marine One's out there. It's out in the field. So you have to have a certain distance. We're about 3 times that distance. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you,
Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Thank you, Press. About getting involved. Thank you, Press.
Get back.
And you are listening and watching live there, President Trump from the White House grounds speaking to media, taking some questions. Therefore, a couple of flagpoles, 2 100-foot flagpoles being installed there on the grounds at the White House, but taking questions, of course, pertaining to the Israel-Iran conflict and their involvement, as well as topics like inflation, as well as G7 summit. So you can see there that live picture from the NBC crew that is on scene. And that's just coming here to the newsroom, rough, raw, and unedited. So potentially here's some more photo ops. We're going to just kind of stay on this in case he takes some more questions. And it looks like he might be off mic. Let's just go ahead and listen and see what he says.
That's why we're doing what we're doing.
you think you could take out?
Yeah, they have 60 days and a big, 60 days, plenty of time. And they made a mistake, honestly.
If the U.S. does strike
Their
nuclear
country's in
facilities,
ruins. So many people are dead that shouldn't be dead. It's a very sad thing. Let's watch this.
Come on. Okay, back. Everybody back.
everybody step back.
Come on over here. You don't have to ruin your shoes. That's why we're changing the grass. People are ruining their shoes. Come on over. That's some pole. That's a great place. And the wires go inside. It's very rare you see them. Nice. When they're outside, they're very noisy. They snap in the wind.
Mr. President,
Yeah,
this is a personal project for you, sir.
it is. Yeah. Well, I'm paying for it.
How much are these costing you?
I'd say each ball is like $50,000. Is there any update?
Do you know how on the ballroom?
Yeah, we start pretty soon.
Where
we
we
have
gonna
a
go?
beautiful ballroom. Good question. Right here. See you. East Wing goes from here all. See the big piece of land over here? Goes all the way over to there. Really very good. We're using one of the top architects.
How large will the flags be?
They're big. They're beautiful. They're big.
Mr. President, do you still intend to go to an email?
Yeah, I'll be good. Think so. Amazing equipment in it when you think, huh?
Yeah, like hardworking
what
people of
what they
America.
do, the mind, what they can develop. No, look, they don't know what we're doing. They don't know it's tough, it's easy. They just want to put up flags and go to work. These are great workers.
What gave you the idea to do this?
I've had it for a long time. The first time I had it, but you know, you guys were after me. I said I had to focus. I was the hunted, and now I'm the hunter. It's a big difference. Big difference. But he was the same no matter what.
Yeah, it is surprising that out of all the presidents we've had, that this has never taken place.
Think of it.
It's crazy.
Look, there's a little flagpole that's like 15 feet
and
high.
no one
A
can
little
see.
tiny flag up top. This is the real deal. This is the best you can get. There's nothing like this. You know, most of them are 20 feet, 25 feet. This is close to 100 feet. And I think it's a great location, too. You know, you put it out there, people don't appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we're going to do a flower bed around it, beautiful flower bed.
Oh, is that where that open
bigger
spot
than
is?
that.
Oh, okay.
So you have the pole and then you have the flower.
When do you even come out here and hit some golf balls? When you find time in your schedule.
35 club championships. You all know
I
that.
know that.
35 club championships. I haven't hit a ball in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know.
Time to get out there.
It's time to been a little busy. Would you rather have me be doing what I'm doing? I think.
Of course.
In the end. See the way they have that hoisted, it's great. Because if you lift it up from one, you have to lift it from the bottom, but you have to get it there. But if you lifted it from without that, the whole thing would split.
So interesting.
Because it's in big sections, and they connect so incredibly.
Mr. President, while we're watching, could I ask, when was the last time you spoke with Governor Newsom?
The phone call that he said I didn't make, that I documented, did you see that? I haven't spoken to
You
him.
showed the screenshot.
Screenshot.
That was the last time?
That was the last.
Any changes to the troops being deployed there?
No, I won the case yesterday. I didn't read that I won it because I don't think anybody wrote it. They only write it and lose it.
Have you sent
Did you
troops
notice?
to other
Did
states?
you notice I won the case?
Ninth Circuit.
You know what's interesting here is that when it goes in, they then put sand inside. And if they use dirt or anything else other than sand, it rots out the pole over a period of years. But sand, for some reason, chemically just works.
You think you'll
It
deploy?
gives you flexibility, and it doesn't do anything to the cast. It's amazing. So watch that's 9 feet deep, and then, boy, it's it's a perfect pole for
Oh,
this.
so that's going 9 feet down.
It goes 9 feet down, and then there's nothing in there right now. Just a tube goes 9 feet down, and when they fill it with sand, pure sand, absolutely pure sand. If they didn't, the chemicals do, they work on the bottom part. Is that interesting to anybody? No.
So you prefer
Well, you're a builder.
Oh, much better. The first one looks better. I mean, I've never seen it on these. This is the newest and the greatest. I've never seen it at Mar-a-Lago. I have a similar pole, not quite as tall as this, but the rope's on the outside, and you hear that rope banging.
Clanging all the time.
What's that little thing sticking up out the top? See the little thing sticking out?
The
What is
ball?
that? Yeah, the bar. What is it? Like the little fin?
Oh, I see. That's so they can hook up to the ropes. They put the rope in later.
sometimes you see eagle on top of the flagpoles.
I like this guy. This is a little more classy. I'm a big eagle person, as you probably, but this looks better.
Mr. President, can you share some of what you've told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu?
So keep going. What do I say? I speak to him every day. He's a good man, doing a lot. Been very unfairly treated by his country, I think. Very unfairly treated.
Have you given him any indication that you may seek to aid them more than you have already?
No, I haven't. So far, he's done a good job. He has been treated very unfairly by his country. He's a wartime president, and he's going through this nonsense. It's ridiculous.
Sounds like you got a good
agree
meeting.
with him that
Yeah, your National Security Council.
Very good meeting, yeah.
Anything that came up in particular that?
Well, little things, big things, but good meeting. Good meeting. It's working well. See how straight that is? Look, they put that dead straight, and then they pour in the sand. It's amazing, right? Who would think you have to have sand?
You miss-
and it's got to be a very pure sand. It's
I
got
know you enjoy being president. Do you ever miss building things?
I love
that goes-
construction.
Yeah. I love it's in your heart, isn't it?
Well, I love it. I know it better than anybody. When I see a railroad going from San Francisco to L.A., I think it's 100 times over budget.
It's incredible.
One of the most incompetent things. That's Newscomb.
And why do they keep funding that?
I think we're not going to anymore. In fact, a little bit of a story. We're not going to fund that anymore. It's out of control. First of all, it doesn't go where it's supposed to. It's supposed to go from L.A. to San Francisco. Now, because they don't have any money, they've spent, 30, 40 times more than it was supposed to spend. And they made it much shorter because it no longer goes into the cities. It stops miles outside of the cities.
Because if you were a builder and you went 34 times over the budget, you would be fired, right?
If you went one time, if you went a half a time over the budget. So see what they're doing? They're unwrapping the sand. It's all pure sand.
Along those